2% outside, 4% in the fridge, 8% in the bathroom, and 49% on the couch. What am I talking about? I'll give you that one more time. 2% outside, 4% in the fridge, 8% in the bathroom, and 49% on the couch. What am I talking about?
Can I start by asking a really stupid question?
Yes!
Do those percents add up to 100%?
Yeah, I was going to ask the same thing.
Because I can't be asked to actually do the maths and work out whether...
Hang on. 2, 4, 8, and 49.
Yes, good memory.
The answer's no. The answer's immediately. It's more like a countdown, one from the top and four from the bottom.
Yeah, that's 63% if you add them up.
Oh, not enough percent. That means there's some percent not accounted for in this equation.
Do we have to find the other 37%? Is that what we have to do?
That's what it seems like. Or, I don't know, or the 2% in the fridge makes me think of like 2% milk or something like that. Is it 2%?
Yeah. North America uses 1%, 2% milk. We have semi-skimmed and skimmed over here.
What is 49% fat that we'd have on the sofa then? That's my first question.
I mean, clotted cream, I think, is the technical answer to that question. But...
They were originally going to market it as 49% fat, but then they thought that just doesn't sound as appetizing. They went for clotted cream, which is somehow worse.
4% was in the fridge.
Yes.
And 8% in the shower. So when you'd got to that point, I was like, is this something to do with humidity? And then you said 49% on the sofa. But I think humidity is much higher than that anyway, isn't it? Normally, it's not like 2% humidity outside.
2% humidity is almost impossible, yes.
Yes, it's like much, much higher than that, isn't it? Yeah. So it's not that.
Could you call a bucket of water 100% humid?
I mean, do you actually want the answer to that, Jay? Because I had to look into humidity for a thing recently, and annoyingly, I know the answer.
If the answer is snappy and interesting, then yes, please. But if it turns out it's going to be quite long and involved, then make it snappy somehow.
Humidity percentage is the amount of water that it is possible for air to take on before it just starts condensing out. So 100% is like steam.
So a bucket of water is in fact not 100% humid.
It's just water.
And this hasn't helped us get to the bottom of this.
Not in the slightest.
Hasn't helped at all. Great.
What else you got?
Do you guys think that it's supposed to add up, or they're like different, kind of like humidity, each of them is like a percentage of what's possible for that object?
Yes, I mean, good question. I don't know. I was also wondering if these 4 places you've listed are the only places you might take this reading, or because they obviously feel very strange and unconnected places on first sight. So if we're looking to connect them and see what connects them, then, or could we be taking readings in other places like the attic and the chimney and the football pitch or anything?
I'm not sure taking readings is the right word here, but yes, this could be any other place. Football pitch would be extremely unlikely. That 49% figure is unsurprising, though.
The 49%, remind me which one was the 49?
That was on the couch.
49 on the couch. Is this a percentage as an amount of time spent doing something?
Ooh.
So, for example, you would spend 49% of your entertainment watched on a sofa and only 2% of it while staring at your phone looking in the fridge.
That's starting to get closer. It's not time spent.
But then I went wrong.
Yeah, you're inching towards the solution there, definitely.
I'm probably wrong about entertainment because let's remind ourselves...
I think you're very right about entertainment.
Oh, it is to do with entertainment. Ooh. Okay. What we do know is that it's possibly entertainment and that 49% on the sofa is normal. But then that means if the rest of it is wrong, so this is not where you are likely to be consuming entertainment. Remind me what the other ones are. 2% in the fridge. What's the rest?
2% outside, 4% in the fridge, 8% in the bathroom.
Is it how much you consume something whilst consuming entertainment? For example, crisps. That doesn't work either.
in the toilet?
How many crisps do you have in the bathroom versus in the fridge? The fridge.
You never had a sad bath with a packet of crisps?
Fortunately, no.
Is it to do with how humans use something?
Yes. Something. Definitely.
Okay. Because it's not about your location, because you never find yourself in the fridge. So... Well, you find yourself in front of the fridge.
Yeah, it doesn't mean in front of the fridge.
You don't find yourself in the fridge, Mark, but you've come very close with that.
You don't find yourself in the fridge?
No, you don't.
But the thing you find in the fridge Only 2% of the time. And are we happy with the interpretation of the time?
Yeah, I think you've got
So
that.
2% of the time when you find this thing, you find this thing in the fridge.
Yeah, well, it's 2% outside, 4% in the fridge. Yeah,
Is it things to clean? Is it to do with cleaning?
it's a bit more frustrating than that.
I think I might. Well, hang on. I'm excited for no good reason. Is this a percentage of where things get lost and then found?
Yes, it is.
is?
So it's 49% on the couch. Does anyone want to guess what that thing might be?
Your phone?
The remote control.
The remote control.
The remote
Spot on, Jay.
control.
Yes, this was a survey.
Okay, why was it in the fridge?
The fridge.
I've put it in the fridge. I'm part of
You're-
that 4%
you're the
statistic. I
2%
wonder if I
of
got surveyed. I will absolutely walk out and put a remote control in the fridge. I have to check the fridge every time I'm looking for anything. Yeah, it's quite regular for me.
This is a perhaps slightly questionable survey in 2011 by Logitech, who detailed where people had found their TV remote. 49% of the time in the couch somewhere, 8% in the bathroom, 8% in a dresser drawer, 4% in the fridge freezer, 2% outside somewhere like in the car, or, as you said, on the football pitch.
Hang on. Who's funding research into where you've left the remote control?
Logitech.
Yes, when I say this is one of those slightly dodgy surveys, this was 2011, which is kind of the peak of companies commissioning some science to go in a newspaper to get some column inches. Like we've discovered the formula for beauty. We've figured out the percentage of time people find their remote somewhere. How accurate this is, couldn't tell you, but you are absolutely right. It's a survey by Logitech saying that most of the time you find your remote in the couch. The Lateral book is out now. Just click on the link to get your copy.